Hello everyone, John here with another video. Now I'm going to try and attempt to show you today how you can play both parts at the same time for your blues playing. This is a little hard to explain, so I'm going to play you a little example now so you can hear what I'm doing, and then we'll come back and have a look at it. Alright, there we are. There's a little piece of mine which I wrote for this little lesson here. Don't have a name for that piece, but anyway, hopefully you can see that what I'm doing is I'm playing the bass line, a little bass line there, and then I'm playing the lead parts over the top. So normally, of course, you do this with two guitar players, but we're trying to do it with just one, just you. Alright, so essentially, if you break that down, if you think of a lick, all right, and then this, and then new. So what you're trying to do is play both parts at the same time, if you can. It's a nice style to do this. Tommy Emmanuel uses this all the time. So let's try and have a look at how you might do this. I'm not going to show you my song just yet. Let's get some basics. I'm going to do a few lessons on this. So first of all, you're going to need a thumb pick. I'm sure you're familiar with these. Tommy Emmanuel sometimes doesn't use a thumb pick. He uses a flat pick. He's great at this, but he's done it since he was like, 7 years old. So, if like the rest of us, you've just started this a couple of weeks ago, then, thumb pick is helpful. So now what you're trying to do is a shuffle rhythm. So it's a triplet really. Triplet, 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 without the p. Triplet. Okay, so it's a shuffle pattern. Okay, now when you're doing this, mute the strings as well. This is the other tricky thing about this. It's not this. Can you hear the difference there? So I'm resting my right hand on the bridge. Okay. Now, once you get used to that, you're going to try and play the pentatonic scale. I'm doing this in E, so we're going to try and play this. All right. So if this is tricky and it's going to drive you mad, so we're going to start simply, but I say simply, but it's all hard really. So that's our first little exercise. So triplet, 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 triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're just going to try that at first. So we've got two little lessons today. This is on the beat, if you like, and then we'll do a little syncopated thing, which gets a little more tricky. So just think of that triplet, 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 trip. Okay, so that's the scale. You've played that a billion times, I'm sure. I know I have. Okay, that's good. Now the tricky thing is, of course, you've got to do it whilst you keep your thumb going. There we go. So just think, if you need to go slow, so this is going to take a while. You may get it straight away, actually. It took me a while, but most people find it's hard to keep that going, but do that first. Now the next step for that is, and this is, I found this really difficult, is try and add some vibrato to that. So in each note, now you may think that's ridiculously easy, and it is when you don't have to play the bass, but there's something about adding vibrato with this. Because you really want to make that sing. All right, good. Okay, take your time with that. That is a thing that will take a little bit of time, but just work on it really slowly. There we are. Okay, so the next bit, and this is where it gets slightly more tricky, is to play in syncopation. So what I mean by that, before we were playing on the beat, now we're going to play on the beat and off the beat. So we're going to go So what we're doing, playing the pentatonic scale, same thing. Okay, but now we're playing this note, this second note, on the P of the triplet. So can you hear that note is in the middle, in between the bass notes, and that's where it gets hard. So do this really slow. Okay, so, and then the two bass notes, and then your two notes in the pentatonic scale will be on those bass notes. That note, that A note, the 14th fret, will be an offbeat, and then the next two are with the bass note. Now that's going to take a little bit of time. It's incredibly frustrating. You're going to kind of that kind of thing for a while, you know. So do it slow. Don't try and rush it. So that's it for today. But what you could do, if you get the hang of that and you're really clever, you can pick a lick that you like. So just think of one. So say that's your lick, and that's a simple one. Okay, so the tricky thing with this, and I should just mention this again, you are muting, and then you're playing the lick. So pick a lick and then try and play it with your shuffle. Okay, there we go. So see how you get on with that. It's an incredibly fun style to play when you can do it. When you can't, it's incredibly difficult. It's one of those things that is really, I think, worth learning, because kind of anyone can pick up the guitar and, you know, you know, play a lick. But to do that takes a little bit more time, and but it really sounds really satisfying. You can add it into your blues playing like Tommy Emmanuel does. So there we go. Have some fun. Stay tuned for part 2. If any of you are interested in learning that piece I played at the beginning, you know, once you get to that stage, I can show you how that goes. I'll do another little video lesson on this. To see how you're progressing, you know. So have some fun with that for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson.